Logan Paul says his fiancée Nina Agdal will fight on October 14th, despite her restraining order against his opponent Dillon Danis. But he's worried the Predator will pull out before the fight. Logan Paul will meet Dillon Danis on October 14th with KSI against Tommy Fury. Logan Paul, a social media influencer turned WWE superstar, will return to the celebrity boxing ring against Combat Sports. Whipping boy Dillon Danis as part of the Misfits boxing pay-per-view PPV card on DAZN on Saturday, October 14th, 2023 at AO Arena in Manchester, England. On the same card, Prime partner KSI takes on Tommy TNT Fury, who is coming off a split decision victory over Jakepaul. KSI's Logan Paul returns to the boxing ring on October 14th to battle Dillon Danis. Live on DAZN PPV, Logan Paul will fight Dillon Danis in the ring once more. Paul last boxed in November 2021 when he competed in an exhibition battle that lasted 8 rounds against Floyd Mayweather Jr. The combat star from the crossover genre has recently turned his attention to WWE, where he has excelled this year at prestigious occasions like WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble, and SummerSlam. How the build-up to KSI and Logan Paul's boxing exhibition devolved into chaos. Restraining orders were issued, CCTV footage was obtained to embarrass Tommy Fury, and disgusting remarks were made about deceased family members. The AO Arena in Manchester will host a night of boxing next weekend with some of YouTube's biggest crossovers stepping into the squared circle. Logan Paul and Dillon Danis' pre-fight publicity has apparently gotten so intense that Paul's fiancée Nina Agdal has reportedly tried to sue the MMA fighter and has filed a restraining order against him. On social media, the two competitors have traded vicious blows, with Danis constantly using Agdal as a weapon against his rival. But this month, he surprisingly revealed an X-rated video of his rival's fiancée describing her sex desires online, raising the stakes even further. Logan Paul claims he has no regrets about accepting the fight with Dillon Danis on October 14th. But the former YouTube star claims he's beginning to have doubts that Danis will actually show up on fight night in Manchester after the converted MMA fighter hounded Paul's model girlfriend on social media for the past few months. On a Zoom session with reporters on Wednesday, Paul joked, "Coin flip, 50-50. One day when my man wakes up, he's crying and having a temper tantrum. The following morning, when he awakens, he feels like fighting. What will happen to this guy? I have no concept what a predatory, irrational, or delusional human being is." Paul's fiancée Nina Agdal has received a restraining order against Danis. Following the Bellator fighter's contentious choice to post an X-rated film of her online, Agdal obtained a restraining order against her and filed a lawsuit against Danis. Danis has also made alarming social media statements about Agdal's sex life on a regular basis. Agdal will be present on October 14th in Manchester, where his encounter with Danis will serve as the co-main event before KSI's contest with Tommy Fury, despite the restraining order, according to Paul. Nina is a fighter, man, Paul affirmed. Danis Dillon is a puddle. Dillon Danis in person is very different than Dillon Danis on Twitter, on X, or behind a laptop. I actually witnessed it and saw it. Merely two distinct entities, and in particular, that night will be absolutely beautiful in the end. The model claimed that the post had humiliated her and caused her emotional pain since it might damage her reputation. Agdal filed a complaint against Danis after the incident, alleging that since the pair's fight was announced, Danis' opponent had blogged despicable comments about her more than 250 times. After the fight's organizers threatened to cancel the match if he didn't remove the post, Danis finally consented to do so. Nina Agdal has launched a significant lawsuit against me, Danis wrote in a post on X, previously known as Twitter. The fight is in peril if I'm in jail since she sought a restraining order against me and wants to put me in jail. It's rather bizarre, but I won't. Paul brings up Danis' father's passing. Logan Paul has also descended to new lows in the run-up to the Misfits event by bringing up Dillon Danis' father's passing. The two met in person at a press conference where Paul descended to a new low by bringing up Danis' father's passing and his current alcoholism difficulties. "Your life has fallen apart after Marcelo's gym kicked you out," he added. "You started drinking to try to escape everything. Your father died. You lost friends." The MMA fighter responded to the WWE superstar by criticizing Paul for bringing up his most recent loss and problems. Discuss that and watch what happens. You claim you're not. In fact, the level of pandemonium in the lead-up to both battles has beyond that of past crossover fights, and interest in the event has now risen to unprecedented heights. As we approach the major event on October 14th, here is a summary of the antics the boxers have been engaging in. After losing to KSI in 2019, Paul, 28, is making only his second appearance in a boxing battle. Danis, on the other hand, withdrew before taking on KSI in 2022 amid claims that he was unprepared. If he truly fights on October 14th, it will be his first professional boxing encounter. Paul will now, however, make his comeback to boxing on the X Series program, which also features KSI versus Tommy Fury. Danis, an MMA fighter who will be making his boxing debut, will take on Paul. The only officially remaining steps are for Dillon Danis to officially withdraw and be officially replaced, because it has already been officially stated that Logan Paul would fight Dillon Danis on the Misfits boxing event on October 14th, which is headlined by KSI versus Tommy Fury. Nina is a fighter guy, Paul said. Dillon Danis is a pool of water. Dillon Danis in person is very different than Dillon Danis on Twitter, on X, or behind a laptop. I actually witnessed it and saw it. Merely two distinct entities, and in particular, that night will be absolutely beautiful. What are you going to do when my man is face down, flat, knocked out, and horizontal after all of this? What do you intend to say? You are the man who made the decision to harass a lady for 60 days on Twitter. After losing to KSI in 2019, Paul, 28, is making only his second appearance in a boxing battle. Danis, on the other hand, withdrew before taking on KSI in 2022 amid claims that he was unprepared. If he truly fights on October 14th, it will be his first professional boxing encounter.